So I just want to say thank you so much for keeping this conversation going and for being open to this discussion. So there are a few key things with what I've learned in the legal system. And by the way, I've defeated a fix-it ticket in court. And this was pro per, I'm representing myself. So this comes as my experience. And once again, I'm not an attorney. I highly suggest that you get different opinions from different attorneys because different attorneys know how to do different things and know different aspects of the law because it's very convoluted and there's a lot of different things to get to know about it. Um, but the oath is a legally binding agreement. It is, even though it's may not be a written agreement, I'm not sure about that with doctors. It is a legally binding agreement that gets to be upheld. The doctor, as a specialist, as a person who is trained in this, literally has the power in court as long as they know how to retain that power in court and have a good attorney. So when it comes to the doctor who did call an attorney, the instant stuff was going down right after the laws were passed. I do remember that story. And it took him like several hours to get in contact with his attorney. So preparedness to me means if I am a licensed doctor, an individual, and I know I'm going to see cases like this, I'm going to start the consultation process with an attorney and have an agreement with someone where I'm going to call you at the drop of a hat when this stuff happens. I'm worried about the cops coming. Are you available for me to call you 24/7 in the instant that this happens? In the instance that this happens. So the service that I use literally has access 24/7 to an attorney so that, let's say a cop pulls you over, you look like me, and you're terrified, just call an attorney on the phone. You are not talking to the cop. You just go, I have my attorney on the phone. Please talk to my representation. Cops aren't going to do much about that because once a cop goes into court, they literally have no power. It doesn't matter if they're on your side or not. When it comes to court, cops don't have any power. So there's a lot of things that you can do about this, but the first and foremost thing is coming at it with what you want to have happen. So right now in your comments, there's a lot of defeatist rhetoric, and that comes from just not knowing and not understanding the legal system. So the more that you get to know, understand it, play within the system, which can be anxiety producing. I've done it myself, but through that process, I learned about the system, what my rights are, what I could actually do, and where the loopholes are, and how to leverage those loopholes for better things to come through. So always go into the court system with more of an optimistic personality, more of an optimistic theory of like, this system is to work for me, and I've educated myself with that system. So hopefully that helps you really have research mentality.